What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we go over everything EDC gear here. Today we have another unboxing video for you. Just a quick little unboxing of this knife that's in here that, to be honest, I really don't know 100% what's in here. I do know it comes via the Lefty EDC knife pass around, and this particular one here is coming from Knife Standards. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be opening this knife, and I'll be sharing with you my first impressions. Just a quick overview of the knife. Doing the honors today, we have the Kizer Cryptid. This one has been a blast to EDC right here. The Cryptid is awesome, wonderful, just like the Task. I feel like these two, they just go hand in hand. Both of them are equally as good. One is a little bit longer, one is a little bit shorter. Sometimes I find it hard to choose between the two because I just love both of them so much. I got review videos coming up that I will be recording on these to post in the channel later, so be on the lookout for that. But spoiler alert, they are really great EDC knives. So this one has the 154 cm and micarta going on here, button lock with thumb deployment and reverse flick as well with the thumb stud. Of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below in the description. Those links do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. And with that being said, let's go ahead and open this package here, shall we? There we go. Let's see. I'm gonna make a cut here. I'm gonna try to see if I can maybe save this package. Knife Standards is always going above and beyond, making some really solid packages. Hey, that's what allows the package to arrive safe and sound, right? So let's see, is it possible? These have the little sticky stuff, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to open it like that. So I'm probably just going to make a cut up here. There we go. Haha. Okay. Now this one is gonna be a good one, right? Check this out. We have two knives here. We have a Vosteed. Okay, come on, can we get it out? There we go. Vosteed. Ooh, this is the RS design, RS Knifeworks design. Ooh, okay, interesting. Can't really, trying to remember what the name of it is right now, and I'm just having a brain fart. And boom, we got a Kizer. This one is the Gavel, Kizer Gavel. Okay, so we got these two knives to unbox, and that is everything in the box there. Of course, guys, check out Knife Standards channel, and also check out Lefty EDC's channel as well. Again, shout out to Kevin, aka Lefty, for the opportunity to check out these knives. That being said, let's see, which one do we want to go ahead and unbox first, guys? Typically I end up dividing my unboxings into two different videos or separate videos, because it does help with search optimization when there are different videos for a specific knife. You know, the majority of my traffic does come through search to the channel here for a small channel like mine. So we're gonna go ahead and do eeny meeny miny mo, catch a YouTube viewer by the toe. Let's just go with the Vosteed first. Why not? Let's check out this Vosteed here first. And man, oh man, I gotta get the name of this thing right. Why am I having a brain fart? I know exactly what knife this is. It came out not that long ago here, very recently, but for some reason my brain is having a tough time remembering. Let's go ahead and open it here, see if we have any cues inside as to what this one is. All right, here we go. First things first, we have the Vosteed instructions here, how to maintain your knife, right? The warranty, safety guidelines, all that good stuff. Warranty information on the back, how to get in touch with them. And then we have the knife here. By the way, this one is the Griffin. It finally came to me. I had to download it from the cloud somewhere, but yes, finally came to me. The Griffin is an RS Knifeworks design. Check out this pouch here. This is a similar pouch where the Chipmunk came in. It has a little section here for Velcro, right? You can Velcro different things on it. In this case, we have the Vosteed logo already on there, which is nice. It is a zipper pouch. And without further ado, boom, here is the knife. All right, let's take it out here. Let's check it out. Vosteed Griffin, right? First time in the channel. Again, these came out not very long ago, so these are still fairly new. Okay, first impressions, this one got the yellow G10 going on, sort of like a banana yellow going on here. We have a deep pocket carry clip, which is not reversible for some reason. Seems like they could have made that work if they wanted to. Not sure why they didn't. We have a back spacer here, which is also on G10, it looks like. And we have prow liners. Okay, check out how much that blade sticks out from the handle. You know you have something special here when you see that much blade sticking out of the handle. So it looks like we have a front flipper. Looks like we have a back flipper, and we got the holes right, for reverse flick, thumb deployment. Let's just get this thing open here, shall we? By the way, check the alignment right there. It's nice and center. Good stuff. Boom. Let's go ahead and finally get this thing open here. Let's give it a nice wipe. All right, check this thing out. There's the RS Knife Works logo right there. It is in 14C28N. And what would you call this, right? What is this, a claw, right? It is, I will probably classify under a hawksbill, probably, right? I believe that's probably the more correct designation for this one. Certainly a recurve. And yeah, that edge feels on point. We have a dual ground here. We have a thicker flat grind towards the back and a more acute angle flat grind here towards the front, which is pretty interesting. That is a very RS Knife Works thing to do. Here's my Vosteed RSKAOS. Similar deal here, right? Thicker portion of a flat grind towards the back and a more acute flat grind going on here in the front. That is another RS Knife Works design knife. We're gonna come back to that one in a second to do some size comparisons, but first impressions, right? We have the curve handle, sort of curves down, and it is a little bit on the slim side. Typically, I like knives that are just a tad bit thicker, but I'm gonna tell you, it does have a significant amount of thickness to it. Once I'm bearing down on it here, got the hammer grip. Okay, that seems locked in, right? That feels locked in. That's not going anywhere. Pocket clip is nice and comfortable. Okay. And yeah, you have plenty of room. I have medium hands, not the biggest, not the smallest. And yeah, we have a good amount of room right there. Can rest my thumb up here. We have a little bit of jimping, but not throughout the entire spine. Not sure why. Would have been appreciated all throughout the spine there. I'm sure this thing is going to slice really, really good. Something about recurve blades, right? Recurve blades have an advantage of trapping material. So as you're cutting, right, the material is getting trapped, right, and it's getting cut with every slice very, very efficiently. So that is something this one has going for it. Not to mention the fact that I can already see this tip right here being super functional for utility cuts, right, for any kind of drug cuts, utility cuts. That tip is nice and low, way lower than the pivot line. So that makes it a very great utility cutter. All right, let's go ahead and close it. It is a liner lock. Good access to the liner here. Minimal jimping going on there, which is not bad. And it's easy to push out of the way. It feels like it's on ball bearings. All right, am I right? Yes, ball bearings. And yeah, so back flipper here feels good. Let's do the front flipper. Well, that feels good too, not gonna lie. Okay. Yes, okay. And the D10 is tuned probably not super stiff to allow for that front flipper to work as smooth and as well as it does. Yep, that's good. Reverse flick. All right, there's that. The hole is a little bit small, but you can get the fingernail in there. And bam, fire that thing. And thumb deployment. Yes, thumb deployment is good. You can build enough tension and bam, just fire it open. All right, and the action is pretty drop shot, right? Just give it a little shake and boom. There's enough weight to the blade. It is a pretty long blade, right? And it's substantially thick throughout, so it's gonna pretty much drop throughout. You just gotta give it a little bit of a persuasive little shake and it's gonna boom, drop very, very well. There's that back flip again, front flip. Yes, money every single time. Doing some acoustics here so you guys can hear it in action. It does have a little bit of a ting to it at the end. Right, fires really, really good. Okay, yeah, so far so good. It is going to probably carry a little bit thicker in the pocket, right? Carry profile wise, but let's do some knife comparisons here, shall we? So let's just go ahead and put it right next to that RSKAOS from earlier. Okay, again, this one's also from Vosteed. All these knives are linked down below if you want to check them out. Again, we see RS Knife Works language on this one as well with the dual grind. Okay, that is his signature thing going on. All right, so about probably, I want to say maybe the Griffin is a tad bit shorter than the RSKAOS, if anything. Here's the Vosteed Raccoon. Check that out. Alright, so Griffin is somewhere in between. It is shorter by a bit than the RSKAOS, but it is bigger than the Raccoon. All these from Vosteed, by the way. Let's do the usual. Here's the Spyderco PM2 and the Spyderco Para 3. So very comparable to the PM2, honestly. Might be very evenly matched, if anything. Alright, so remember you have the Hawk's bill going on. The handle's also a little bit curved as well, right? So it matches the best with the PM2. Of course, larger than the Para 3. Here's the Demko AD 20.5 right there. And the Kizer Shark Cub right here. This one has the shark's foot blade, 20 CV with titanium handles. This one has 20 CV slicer blade with aluminum handles. And as you can see, both of these are a little bit more in the medium category. The Griffin is certainly in the large category. There's absolutely no doubt. It is bigger than both those Demkos. All right, here's a fair comparison for you all. The Rat Model 1, which has been one of the largest knives in the channel here for quite some time. And here is the Rat Model 2, okay? So it definitely compares to the Rat Model 1 the most, although it might just be a tad bit longer. It's very evenly matched. It's really hard to tell. But yeah, very, very comparable to the Rat 1, and of course bigger than the Rat 2. And last but not least, here's that CJRB Pyrite, which is a button lock, and also a button lock is that Cryptid. All right, so check them out. This is the one that we used to unbox the package, and so you can clearly see there again both of these. This is a medium, this is a medium, and this is definitely a large knife. So again, just some quick comparisons there to give you a ballpark, right? That way you sort of get an idea where this one is size wise. But I gotta tell you, man, like, you know, it doesn't feel, it looks thin, but it doesn't feel as thin in the hand, right? Definitely get some grip. I can get a good grip on it. Again, medium hands. I feel like this backspacer being raised a bit certainly helps, right? It kind of adds a little bit more real estate to that grip right there. That certainly gets the job done. So I know this thing is going to be a performer. So let's go ahead and do a very, very scientific test here. Testing the sharpness on this thing. We're going to cut some paper and some cardboard. Here we go. Yeah, you can see that right away that blade wants to sink in, bite into whatever material it is cutting through, and it being a hawksbill is going to do that very, very well. It's going to trap that material really, really good. So we know it can cut paper, right? What about some cardboard? I have some everyday cardboard here from a diaper box, single wall cardboard. Let's see how it does. Keep in mind when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular like this, but rather at an angle. And it should look something like this. Yeah, that works very well. Oh, there's a section here towards the end that has a double wall. That's why I struggle a little bit. Not that much. Of course, it is always going to be a little bit more challenging to do a dual wall cardboard versus a single. It's like doing twice the work. So here we go. Let's try it this way instead now. All right. There we go. Yeah, did I mention this thing was going to cut like crazy? Because it certainly is going to cut like crazy. There's no doubt about that. You guys rate it in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is this guy? Or in this case, how much of an edge has it retained? Because keep in mind, this one is not brand new out of the box. It has certainly been seeing its rounds via the left EDC knife pass around, which means other YouTubers have checked it out already. So, I mean, in my opinion, this thing is hanging on really, really well. That edge is really lasting. Again, 14C28N, right? Better than D2, hanging in there with Nitro V, right? It's probably like a step below 154 cm. Yeah, good steel, stainless steel properties to it, right? And the action on this thing is really good. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Vosteed Griffin, right? Debut here in the channel. Of course, this is not a review. This is a unboxing and first impressions. By the way, check out that reach around. Yes, you can certainly do that with this knife as well. You could probably even do it with your index finger like that. Check it out, just like this. Oops. Bam, there we go. Getting the hang of it, just breaking it in, if you will. But man, that front flipper is money. Really well executed. V10, very, very well tuned. This is a wild design. And again, just going back to what I was saying, this is just a quick unboxing and first reaction. This is not a review in any way, shape, or form. You just saw me take the knife out of the box. I have literally spent about 15 minutes with the knife, just going over the design and such. So clearly I need to carry this knife to be able to gather as much feedback as possible, so I can come back and share with you all of that in a actual official review video, which will be posted here in the channel very, very soon. But man, oh man, what an interesting knife. Again, this one and every other knife that you saw in the video will be linked down below in case you want to check it out. It does help the channel if you end up purchasing a knife through those links, but that is entirely and completely 100% up to you at absolutely zero extra cost. With that in mind, guys, you know the drill, right? I'm gonna carry this thing, come back with a review here very shortly, right? If you like content like this, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Really helps this video reach a larger audience. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe too. I promise you'll be worth coming back. It will be worth coming back for more. I make knife content like this on an ongoing basis. You would not want to miss out. If you want to support the channel a step further, there is a link for Patreon down below, or you can simply support the channel right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You will get access to exclusive perks. That's been it, guys. If you made it to the very end, you guys are the real MVPs. I love you all. Thank you for all your love and support. Take good care, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.